Institute of Engineering and Technology, and today we will learn about critical speed of shaft with damping system. Now, as you all know, in a damping system, we should use the damper as the basic property of the system. So let us assume there is a shaft having a rotor, and in this case, in addition, we will consider that there is a damper attached to the system at any way. So now there is a shaft and having a rotor, and this rotor is having eccentricity E. So its CG is eccentric and having the eccentricity value as E. Now, as you see in this diagram, at the center of the shaft as well as the rotor, where they meet, there is a center named O. Now let us assume this shaft is rotated with the omega angular velocity, and because the rotor is mounted rigidly or rigidly fixed to the shaft, hence the rotor will also rotate. Okay, so let us assume the rotation. It is having omega angular velocity. Now, while rotating the system, what will happen with the system? That the center of the shaft will move. So if initially it is at O position, because of the bending of the shaft, it will move at the S position. So total distance is OS, and we can assume that it is none other than the stiffness of the shaft. So that distance is Y, we can say. Now, from the center, the eccentricity of the rotor is E. It means CG point is at E distance. Hence, that distance is E. Now, if we assume the imaginary axis as well as the original bending axis of a shaft. So, the distance between O and G, right now it will change with A, as you see in this diagram. So if it is clearly visible in this diagram, you can understand that the distance between O and S is Y, the distance between O and G is A, and the distance between S and G is E. Okay. Now let us solve the triangle. So as we have already discussed, the name as OS as well as G, the triangle is just this. The distance between O and G is A, the distance between S and G is E, and distance between O and S is Y. Okay, now let us consider furthermore, let us solve this triangle. So for solving this triangle, we have to assume the angles. So let us assume the angle. So the eccentricity E with respect to the S point, that angle is psi, and from the center O, the CG distance or the angle of that CG is psi. Okay, so one is phi and another one is psi, as you see in this diagram. Clear? Now let us consider the forces acted on the system. So first of all, because the shaft is rotated and it will bend it with the Y distance, hence the stiffness will tend to act in this direction, in the horizontal direction, and it should be Ky. Now, as we have previously studied that stiffness and damping force, they both are perpendicular to each other. And as we have already studied previously, C omega is always perpendicularly downward direction. Okay. So in this case, if Ky and towards outward side, C omega y should be in a downward direction. This is none other than the damping force. Okay. Now, let us consider centrifugal force. So what is the centrifugal force? It is m omega square A. So here, there is the centrifugal force acted at the G point from O to G. It is m omega square A. So here we are getting three forces. M omega square A centrifugal force, Ky stiffness, and C omega y, which is the damping force. Okay. Now let us consider both the component of m omega square A. So here m omega square A is having two components. One is horizontal and another one is vertical. So horizontal component is m omega square A cos psi. And what is the vertical one? M omega square A sin psi. Okay, as you see in this diagram. So now let us further solve again this triangle in another method, by the another method. So let us have all the perpendicular and parallel lines of this triangle. So let us draw two perpendicular and parallel lines of this triangle. Now as you see, the triangle is the eccentricity having phi with respect to the base. So if we see the triangle, or if we draw horizontal as well as vertical line with respect to this E eccentricity, this E line will become the hypotenuse. Okay. Now if E is the hypotenuse and phi is the angle, what are both these lines? What is the value of both these lines? So here, if we see this triangle, the horizontal line length is E cos phi, and as well as if we see the vertical, it is E sin phi. Okay, so this is the values of both the lines. Now let us assume the another values. If there is the psi angle, if you see the A line with respect to O, so if there is the psi angle and A is the hypotenuse length, what is the horizontal value? So that horizontal value is A cos psi. We can write towards the downward, but because it is at the downward and we have already written the value of E cos phi, hence we have to write it at the upward side. So that length is A cos phi, as well as the horizontal length is A sin phi. Now if you see in this diagram, it will become like a rectangular box. Okay. Now because this is the rectangular box, what we can say? We can say A sin psi is equal to A sin phi, as well as A cos psi is equal to Y plus E cos phi. Okay. So we can write this. So here that is our equation number 1, as we have already discussed. A sin phi is equal to A sin psi is equal to E sin phi, as well as A cos psi is equal to E cos phi plus Y, as we have already discussed. I think you will know this. Now we have to use both this equation in our standard equation. So let us see what should be our standard equation. Let us check our resultant forces. So for the resultant forces, as we all know, which one is the centrifugal force? It is m omega square A. Which is the restoring force? It is Ky. And which one is the damping force? It is C omega phi. Okay. Now let us solve this. First of all, let us solve the horizontal forces. So sigma of force horizontal is equal to 0. As we all know the basic equation of the horizontal forces. So let us have solve the horizontal forces. So for this horizontal forces, you have to understand our previous diagrams. So if you remember, our horizontal force is of a centrifugal one is m omega square A cos. And which one is Ky? It is exactly in the opposite direction. Hence, we have to write m omega square A cos psi minus Ky is equal to 0. Okay. Now, let us put equation number 2, which we have already studied, which is A cos psi value in our above equation. So, what we will get? We will get m omega square E cos phi plus Y is equal to Ky. Okay. Now, let us solve furthermore this equation, and we will get the equation as m omega square E cos phi is equal to Y K minus m omega square. Okay. So this is our equation number 3. Now let us solve vertical forces. So sigma of F vertical is equal to 0. Let us solve this equation. So as we have already studied our diagram, and you have to draw it by pausing these videos. So here vertical force is m omega square A sin phi, and which one is the downward force? It is C omega Y. So we have to put the values in this equation. So here vertical forces is m omega square A sin phi minus C omega Y is equal to 0. Now let us put A sin phi value. What is it? We have to put equation 1 in this above equation. So here we will get m omega square E sin phi is equal to C omega phi. Okay. So this is our equation number 4. So let us solve further. Equation 4 can be divided with equation number 3. So that what we will get? We will get m omega square E sin phi upon m omega square E cos phi is equal to C omega y upon K minus m omega square into y. So now y can be cancelled, and here m omega square E is cancelled out. Hence, what we are getting? We will get tan phi is equal to C omega upon K minus m omega square. Now let us divide this equation with respect to A at both the sides. So here tan phi is equal to C omega by K upon K minus m omega square by K. Now as we all know, C omega by K is equal to 2 zeta omega by omega n, and hence what we will get? 2 zeta r. Okay. Now here there is the explanation if you forget it. So here you can see this explanation as well. Now let us have K minus m omega square by K. So what we will get? 1 minus r square. Here there is the explanation also, you can check it. Okay. So that what we can write? We can write tan phi is equal to 2 zeta r upon 1 minus r square. And what is the value of pi? So it is phi is equal to tan inverse 2 zeta r upon 1 minus r square. If you remember our force transmissibility theory, you have already studied this. Okay, so the phi value is exactly same as this. So if we can compare both this equation, they will give us the exactly same value. Clear? So now let us assume the triangle. So here, as we all know, C omega and K minus m omega square both are perpendicular to each other. Now, there is the question how we will get this diagram. So here, if you see what we will get, tan phi is equal to, in our fourth line, tan phi is equal to C omega, in our third line, tan phi is equal to C omega upon K minus m omega square. So if we want to draw the diagram based on phi angle, what we can write? Phi. So we can draw the diagram as like this. So here in front of the phi angle there is the ky, and along with the phi angle the line length is K minus m omega square. Okay. Now as you see in this diagram, what should be the hypotenuse? It is C omega whole square plus K minus m omega square whole square. Okay. Now from this diagram, what we will get? Sin phi is equal to C omega upon the root, and what is the root value? C omega whole square plus K minus m omega square whole square. What should be the cos phi value? So it is K minus m omega square upon under root of C omega whole square plus K minus m omega square whole square. Okay. So now let us put the sin phi value in our equation number 4. So what is our equation number 4? It is m omega square E sin phi is equal to C omega y. Okay. Now let us solve this. So by putting the sin phi value, what we will get? We will get m omega square E. And what is sin phi? It is C omega upon under root of C omega square plus K minus m omega square whole square. And that is equal to C omega y. Okay. If you see in this diagram, C omega at both the sides of the equal to. Hence, we have to cancel out this C omega. Fine. So what we will get as a y value? So y is equal to m omega square E upon C omega whole square plus K minus m omega square whole square. Okay. So this is our y value. Now, let us solve. Let us solve this further, and I have written directly the value. What I did in this equation, simply we have to divide this equation with k. Okay. So here what we can write? M omega square E by k upon under root of C omega square plus K minus m omega square whole square divided by k. So by dividing k with k at both the sides, as the upper as well as lower one, so what we will get? We will get the equation y as E r square upon under root of 2 zeta r whole square plus 1 minus r square whole square. So this is our y equation. Okay. Thank you so much, student. This is our theory based on critical speed of shaft having some damping effect, but If you have any doubt, you can ask me. The numerical based on this system never asked in GTU. Okay, but this theory is very important according to our subject. Okay, thank you.